Hello, it's Trish Fadley, LifeChangingBusinessPerspectives.com. I just want to come to you today with a little inspiration. I just wanted to share with you a little bit. One simple idea. That one simple idea is the one that has been nagging you since you were a child. Everybody inside of them has something that's inside of them that wants to come out. And you may have a nagging little voice that tells you that, you want to, there's got to be more to life than what there is. And also, it's just a little nagging voice that when you're an entrepreneur and you know you're an entrepreneur and you know that life was meant to be more than what you're living, and living paycheck to paycheck is just not the way that you're supposed to be living. It's not a happy life. Everybody's not happy when they're stressing about what they cannot do because they don't have enough money to do it. So, whatever that little voice is that's telling you that you would love to do this, but you didn't think that it would be possible, and that little small idea sometimes turns out to be the one wonderful idea that catapults you into success and freedom and wealth. I once heard a mentor of mine talk about a book that he had written for his sister who was homeless at the time, and it was a small little book that he wrote, and he didn't feel it was that important, and he turned it around, and he became a big publisher, and then turned around and decided that this one book that he didn't think was good enough to put out there, and didn't want to ruin his name, or didn't want to you know put it out there on the market because he didn't think it was that good. That one book turned out to be his masterpiece. So you never know, that one simple idea can change your life. So decide what it is that you really like, and make it happen. Make it happen for yourself. There are ways and there are people to teach you. So, if you have an idea and you want to make it happen, then here's where you want to start. Some questions I get a lot of the time is, I've attended seminars, read books, but never seem to be able to step over that imaginary line and be the person I want to be. What can I do to get past it? Well, the answer to that is that imaginary line that you were referring to stepping over. You are already stepping over it simply by making the attempt to be a better person. By studying every day, and I mean study heavily on yourself, on your mindset, on changing your belief system and changing the things that you were raised to believe, because a lot of things that you were raised to believe are now incorrect. I mean, think about it. Your grandmother's error is a lot different than what your error is right now. Technology has changed. I mean, for goodness sake, I was probably 5 years old when the TV got invented. I mean, there was TVs out, but I mean, our first TV didn't come into our house until I was around 4 or 5 years old. So, and we didn't have microwaves, and we didn't have video games. We had, I think, growing up, we had Atari. So, times have changed, and we must change with those times. And the beliefs that worked for people 20 years ago, 30 years ago, 40 years ago are not necessarily going to work in today's environment. And in order to be successful, you have to be one step ahead of the game. And to do that, you must take a step forward and step out of that comfort zone that you've been in for so long. We have all been in a comfort zone, and in fact, we've gotten too comfortable, because now that it's all fallen apart around us, nobody's got anything to latch on to. And that's a mindset that we must get out of, and we must farther our mindsets into things that are going to push us and drive us into the future. I mean, if you want to be 60, 70 years old still working a job because your retirement's gone, then that's something that I'm not interested in, and I'm not going to go there. And if you don't want to go there either, then you need to start attempting to change what your thoughts are, change the way you believe in things, start to open your eyes up, and be ready for new and exciting things. And by listening in to here, you're being a part of this program. You are learning and developing skills right now. When I look back 4 years ago, If you would have asked me if I would be doing what I am now, I would have denied it. I mean, for sure, there's a lot of things that I have learned in the last 4 years of constant study, and I realize that looking back, I have learned quite a lot, although I still feel like there's still a lot to learn, and there is. But stare at this rose for a moment. Take a minute and stare at this rose. Just because you stare at it for a very long time, you don't see it open, do you? That doesn't mean that it doesn't open and close every day. Over time, doing a process of step by steps, you develop skills. You start to open in ways you may not have seen until one day you have bloomed and you are flourishing. It's just like the rose. You can watch it every day, but no matter how long you sit and watch it, you're not going to see its growth. You're not going to see it open. You're not going to see it close. It does that. It's inherent in the rose. It is made that way. God made it that way, and it's made to do what it does. But you can't see the progress. So there's no imaginary line. It is a process that you have to take. There's no imaginary line. You never arrive. So get it in your head that you're never going to arrive. It's always going to be a journey. And if you're lucky, it will last until you die. Because if you're not living a journey and you're not pushing forward and new exciting things and challenges aren't coming your way, these are all things to help us to grow. So if you're not growing, what are you doing? You're dying. And, just as a plant does not get water, if you were to not water a plant, it would shrivel and die. Well, we also require that water or that stimulation or that desire to learn and to be able to dream again, to visualize things and to see it actually happen. Those are the things that you should live for, to live for just going to work every day and getting up and sleeping and not spending any time with your family. That's not what you want to live for. So, there's a different concept and a different idea. You have to blossom with it. You have to grow, and it's a process, and we have to learn from our challenges and go through the process of growing. In order to accept riches, you have to be ready to accept riches, and you can't accept riches if your mind is not ready and you don't know what to do with your money. So that's a whole nother concept. But we don't see progress. It's not visible until 4 years from now when you study and implement it. You will be able to look back and say, wow, look where I am, which is, basically what I'm doing. I'm looking back at my life and I'm saying, wow, I've done a lot of things that I didn't know I would do, and I've accomplished many things that I would have never said I could accomplish, but I did. I accomplished many things. Be the person you want to be already. How will you act if you had what it is that you visualize? How would you feel when you have this this ability to be able to go to the mailbox and get a $50,000 check out of your mailbox without worrying about, how much this is and how much that is, and being able to accommodate your bills and do the things that you love to do and take vacations when you want to take them and do what you really love, because when you do what you love, it doesn't feel like work anymore. Then you realize one day you're this person that you have visualized 4 years ago. So when you put things into a vision, you are actually putting things into motion. You're putting energy into emotion. And when you get that emotion inside of you and you really feel it and you see it and you know what it is you want, there's nothing that can stop you from getting that. You've already set it in motion. Now all you have to do is just follow the path that it leads you to, and you will have doors open to you to have what it is that you're searching for. It will happen. It's just like the brand new car that you went out and you didn't think you could afford, and all of a sudden you left the dealership with this brand new car, and then you thought you couldn't afford it, but yet you did afford it, and you grew from that experience, and you know now that you can afford that car and that you could afford that payment, and you did well, and you go to the next thing in life, which is a house, and you buy this house, and you can't afford it at first, but then you turn around and you can afford this house, and you move to the next thing. And that's how life goes. You grow and you grow and you grow, and you keep on growing. Make a decision today to create your vision. Start your vision now. Start your vision today and decide that you're going to create a vision of what it is that you really see yourself doing when you're 65 or when you're 55 or 45 or however old you are. Make it your life's mission to reach that goal. And if the goal isn't big enough, then make it bigger, because you need to go a long way in your life, I hope. I hope that you're not just going to set it to something really small, and then when you reach that, okay, well, you go back to the way you were. No, you keep on going. You keep on grabbing new things and expanding your horizons and your visions, and you grow. And the people that you come in contact with will help you to do that, because everything is put into your life for a reason, and everything happens for a reason, and you are being guided. And when you start to allow yourself to be guided by the one and only God, then you will start to feel like you're going to accomplish this plan, because you'll start to see things moving in alignment with where you want to go. So if it's not working out and you feel that it's not, then you don't change the goal, you don't change the vision, you change the plan of getting you there. The plan is just the car that you're driving to get there. If the car stops riding, that doesn't mean you still don't have to go there. You still have to go there, you just have to get a new car. You just have to work through the challenges, because those challenges will pop up every single time that you are going to step out of that comfort zone. That comfort level is going to go down, and you are going to feel scared, and it's part of human nature to retrieve when you are scared. And the point is don't let it scare you. Keep moving forward no matter what. No one can stop you but you, and that's the truth. So change the plan and go around the obstacles that are in your way. Push through those barriers. Challenges are put there in your life to teach you what you're not learning. So if you continue to get the same results in your life, it's because you're not learning the lesson that is being taught to you. The lesson that's being taught to you is to stop doing what you're doing and change it around into a different way. And if you change it into a different way, you'll start to see positive results. Make it your mission to take the challenge. Whatever the challenge is, take it on. Don't blame others. Don't play the blame game and say it's everybody else's problem. No, your results in your life are your problems. You created your own results. No matter how many people came in, this, that, and the other, it's your fault that you have the results you have. So if you like your results, then mazel tov, you like your results. But if you don't, then you need to change some things that you did that got you those results, because if you don't change them, they continue to happen over and over again. And you know the saying, what Albert Einstein says is, if you continue doing the same thing over and over again, you continue to get the same results. It's a sign of insanity, and it truly is. And when you think about that statement, it really is true. So when you start to see those challenges, you will learn from them, not make those mistakes again, move in another direction, but never, never, never stop moving towards your goal, no matter what. Life is really beautiful when you work on your mind as well as your spirit. Wonderful things start to happen for you. Your spirit is your energy source. Energy flows to and through you, and you are in direct alignment with your source, God. Being mine, once you have connected with all things good, with Him all things are possible. So develop from the inside out. Start to develop what's on the inside of you, what is coming out of you, your attitude. Things that are coming out of you are causing your results in your life. So you have to start from within and figure out why it is that you're having these results in your life. Where is it coming from? What belief do you have to change? And it's very easy to change a belief. Once you understand it and you reject that belief can no longer live in your mind. So mind, body, spirit, physical, emotional, you will find peace like no other when you have connected with your mind, body, and spirit. Doors will start to open that were not visible before, and you will realize that you have been asleep for a very long time. And I'm not kidding you, folks.
There's nothing they can do or say to